Gita or the Song Divine on this channel. Today I'll be reading chapter 7. So let's begin. Sri Bhagwan said, Arjun, now listen how with the mind attached to me through exclusive love and practicing yoga with absolute dependence on me, you will know me, the respiratory of all power, strength, and glory and other attributes, the universal soul in entirety and without any shadow of doubt. I shall unfold to you in its entirety this wisdom, knowledge of God in his absolute formless aspect, along with the knowledge of the qualified aspect of God, both with form and without form, having known which nothing else remains yet to be known in this world. Hardly one among thousands of men strives to realize me. Of those striving yogis, again, some rare one, devoting himself exclusively to me, knows me in reality. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, reason, and also ego. These constitute my nature divided into 8 parts. This indeed is my lower material nature. The other than this, by which the whole universe is sustained, know it to be my higher or spiritual nature in the form of Jiva, the life principle. O Arjun, know that all beings have evolved from this twofold, Prakrit, and that I am the source of the entire creation, and into me again it dissolves. There is nothing else besides me, Arjun. Like cluster of yarn beads formed by knots on a thread, all this is threaded on me. Arjun, am the sapidity in water and radiance in the moon and the sun, and the sacred syllable Om in all the Vedas, and the sound in ether, and virility in men, and the pure odor, the subtle principle of smell in the earth, and the brightness in fire, nay, and the life in all beings and austerity in the aesthetics. Arjun, know me the eternal seed of all beings. I am the intelligence of the intelligent, the glory of the glorious am I. Arjun, of the mighty I am the might, free from passion and desire. In beings I am the sexual desire, not conflicting with virtue or scriptural injunctions. Whether whatever other entities there are born of sattva, the quality of goodness, and those that are born of rajas, the principle of activity, and tamas, the principle of inertia, know them all as evolved from me alone. In reality, however, neither do I exist in them, nor do they in me. The whole of this creation is deluded by these objects evolved from the 3 modes of Prakrit, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. That is why the world fails to recognize me, standing apart from this, the imperishable. For this most wonderful Maya of mine, consisting of the 3 guns, modes of nature, is extremely difficult to break through. Those, however, who constantly adore me alone are able to cross it. Those whose wisdom has been carried away by Maya and are of demonic nature, such foolish and wild men of evil deeds do not adore me. 4 types of devotee of noble deeds worship me, Arjun: the seeker after worldly possessions, the afflicted, the seeker of knowledge, and the man of wisdom, best of Bharatas. Of these, the best is the man of wisdom, ever established in identity with me and possessed of exclusive devotion, for I am extremely dear to the wise man who knows me in reality, and he is extremely dear to me. Indeed, all these are noble, but the man of wisdom is my very self. Such is my view. For such a devotee who has his mind and intellect merged in me is firmly established in me alone as the highest goal. In the very last of all births, the enlightened person worship me by realizing that all this is God. Such a great soul is very rare indeed. those whose wisdom has been carried away by various desires being prompted by their own nature, worship other deities adopting norms relating to each. Whatever celestial form a devotee craving for some worldly objects chooses to worship with reverence, establish the faith of that particular devotee in that very form. Endowed with such faith, he worships that particular deity and obtains through that deity without doubt his desired enjoyments as verily ordained by me. The fruit gained by these people of small understanding, however, is perishable. The worshippers of God attains the gods, whereas my devotees, howsoever they worship me, eventually comes to me and me alone. Not knowing my supreme nature, unsurpassable and undecaying, the ignorant person regard me, who are the supreme spirit beyond the reach of mind and senses, and the embodiment of truth, knowledge, and bliss, to have assumed a finite form through birth as an ordinary human being, while by my Yog Maya, my divine potency, I am not manifest at all. Hence, this ignorant folk fail to recognize me, the birthless and imperishable supreme deity that is consider me as the subject of birth and death. Arjun, I know all beings, past as well as present, nay, even those that are yet to come, but none devoid of faith and devotion knows me. O valiant Arjun, through delusion in the form of pairs of opposites, such as pleasure and pain, born of desires and aversion of all living creatures in this world are falling a prey to infatuations. But those men of virtuous deeds whose sin have come to an end, being freed from delusion in the form of pairs of opposites born of attraction and repulsion, worship me with a firm resolve in every way. They who, having taken refuge in me, strive for deliverance from old age and death. No Brahma, the Absolute, no Adhyatma, the totality of Jiva or embodied souls, and the entire field of karma, action, as well as my integral being, comprising Adhibhut, the field of matter, Adhideva, Brahma, Adhijanya, the unmanifest divinity dwelling in the heart of all beings are their witness. And they who possessed of a steadfast mind know thus even at the hour of death they too know me alone. Thus, in the Upanishad sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, and the scripture of Yoga, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjun, is the seventh chapter entitled The Yoga of Janana, the knowledge of Nirgun Brahma, and Vijanana, the knowledge of manifest divinity. We are done with the chapter 7, and tomorrow we will read chapter 8. Jai Shri Krishna, this is the book I was reading, the Bhagwat Gita or the Song Divine. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. I will get back online again in 10 minutes to 20 minutes for the normal conversation or the talk. Bye for the night. Bye bye.